it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing honest.
It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Eagles on EA Sports.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, our quarterbacks taking center stage here for each of their respective offenses.
And both of them have terrific ability to improvise, and that means when the first read's not there, how quickly can you go through your progressions? Can you hang in there and take a shot as you release it? Can you buy time outside of the pocket? Can you pull it down and run if need be? I think we'll see all of those traits on display in this one.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Now Jones. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here comes Peppers. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff. And when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't. But also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
They go play action here on first down. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors at that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Open man here is Conklin. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
To throw again on second down. Jones. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down. Jones. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. The numbers for Mixon last week, 22 carries, 63 yards.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost if in his mind he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
Back to Mixon on second down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Looking to throw. Holly. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You don't
deserve anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Holly. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is up. It's through. It extends their first quarter lead to 13-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Now this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air. And they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Holly. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. $13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Here's Jones. Off play action.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And some room to roam now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Price. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up a 1st down.
A give left side to Robinson.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Robinson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be caught, but out.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Off-play action. Holly. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. On third down, Holly. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on third and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
Yeah, that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on third down, Holly. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Carlson able to put this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
From the 24, Jones. Open man is Uzama. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Off the play fake, Jones. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did get points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw going into the hands of Williams.
Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Throwing again on second down. Jones. And he coughed it up.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start with an NFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. The Giants hosting New Orleans, and it's the Giants who are out in front. The Giants seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that matchup all even in their battle with the Chicago Bears. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles to take over. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the delay, it's Mixon. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Holly. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. "35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Jones on first down.
They'll find Williams on the slant. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Jones.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Throwing on 1st down. Holly.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw. Holly. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Holly. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line. Inside handoff to Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Holland. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Holly. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give him a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to throw. Holly. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
This is a little hard for me to compute, because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A handoff to Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The kick by Carlson is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action. Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Jones got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones got his man. It's Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Jones. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play. And I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right?
Get
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Jones now on 1st and 10. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a pick-6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick-6 going the other way.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Throwing to start the drive. Holly over the middle to Smith.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Holly.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw. Holly dumps it off to Mixon.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Joe Mixon. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Holly. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holly. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones finding space at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Jones, another shot here after the pick-6.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Now Jones. That's out wide here for Robinson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And out now come the Eagles. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Now they run with Mixon, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
It's so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Philadelphia, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.